Hi, I'm Catherine with Sweet Meadow Knits, and today I'm going to show you how to blend a hand-painted roving. And my goal is to make a roving to use for marled yarns, and that is to create a barber pole effect, but I want a subtle barber pole effect. So I have this one, which is a much brighter orange, and there's just a little bit of it. And I have this, which is a lot more peachy pink, and it's going to blend as a more neutral because it has these spots of a blue-gray in there and a little bit of brown. I'm cleaning my carder, getting ready to blend some roving for marled yarns. So I've got the roving here spread out a little bit, and I'm just going to run it through the carder. And as the layers are pulled in, they're spread out, and the hand-painted roving turns into more like a little too much here. Turns into more like a layered, blended roving. And I work pretty slowly if I've got a lot. And I'll just keep doing this until I've got the whole thing layered on. So now that I have some of the peachy pink on, I'm going to add just a little bit of this orange and yellow roving to lighten it up and give it a little more marled effect. Notice I'm using analogous colors. I find that because marled knitting looks like a solid from a distance, I like using analogous colors. It just adds interest to the finished yarn. Analogous colors on the color wheel are colors that are close together. And like yellow is one of the primaries, and orange is on one side. Green is on the other. When you add yellow and blue, you get green. You add red and yellow, you get orange. And then, of course, all the variations thereof. And now we've got some of the orange in here layered on top of the pink. And I'm going to go ahead and diz this off. To get started, I just pull a little bit off with my goffer stick. And I have one of these Susan Bates handy tools that I use for knitting a lot when I need to drop down, but it works great for pulling the fiber through my diz. And then I just start dizzing. Push, pull, push, pull with the right, push back down with the left. Here's another angle, camera angle, where I'm using the diz, and I just hold it so close to the carder and pull, push, all the way down. And if I'm lucky, I'll just move my diz over and it'll catch the fiber in the next row, which it did, so that's great. So now you can see in my roving I have a uniform strip of the pinky, blended pinky color with the brighter orange and yellow. And when I spin that, I will spin this end to end, and I will get a fairly uniform marled single. And depending on how you decide to spin for the weight you're going for, worsted or DK, the marling will show up more or less, and in the end you'll have this nice vibrant lively peachy pink color. If I turn that as if I'm spinning it, you can sort of see how the effect will end up. And here I am in the backyard where the lighting is perfect today to show you the finished peachy pink roving, and I am going to get ready to spin it up as soon as I plant the green beans. All right, see you later.